The iPhone 15 is going to bring about some of the biggest changes in years. Here's why. The latest Apple Wonderlust keynote is coming up in a few short weeks on September 12th. Here are some of the biggest things that we can expect from the upcoming iPhone release, based on industry insiders. As many of you know, the leaks before Apple keynotes tend to be pretty spot on, at least from a hardware perspective. The reason behind this is it is extremely difficult to stop people who work close to the manufacturing process of these devices from coming to the press to describe what they see. With this in mind, let's take a closer look at what exactly is expected in Apple's latest flagship devices. To start off, let's talk about the most unlikely event, the introduction of the iPhone 15 Ultra. Although many leaks have pointed in this direction, it is unlikely that we will see this device just yet. Think about it in terms of the Apple Watch Ultra. That was many years in the making, and we were not quite there yet with the iPhone lineup. As far as structural differences go on the flagships, there are a few minor but notable improvements. Those being the ever so slight reduction in bezel size of the screen, which was already rather small, and the changing of the outside metal from stainless steel to titanium, which is more durable. This is similar to the change that we saw in the Apple Watch Ultra. One of the coolest and most major changes is the removal of the mute rocker switch. This is something that has been on iPhone since the very beginning. This will be replaced with what many are calling the action button of the iPhone. Again, much like we saw with the Apple Watch Ultra. This will likely serve multiple functions like mute, launch an app, and other similar customizable functions. A rather impressive change will be coming to the processing unit, which is the introduction of a 3nm process for the new A17 chip. This will bring about, of course, further performance improvements and increased power efficiency, which is always a welcome change. Many of these changes are becoming more prevalent as we exit the semiconductor shortage due to COVID and other international pressures. Also, as expected, the next phones will introduce USB-C following the EU mandate. One notable thing though is that the Pro models may support Thunderbolt, which will give super fast data transfer between devices. There's also expected to be a new ultra-wideband for interactions such as AirDrop being far faster and more efficient. Ever tried sending a large file over AirDrop? You're still waiting for that one to send, right? So of course, this will be a super welcome change. By far the largest change is the new telephoto camera lens that will likely be added for the first time. Included will be a periscope lens that can enable up to 6 times optical zoom. This will introduce immensely higher clarity at distance and rely less on computational imagery for sharpening those images. Interestingly, there's a chance that this change will only come to the Max version due to the internal space required, so keep an eye out for that. This is one of the first times that Pro models between the regular edition and Max have had a discrepancy. With all these leaks, renders and images have come out over the past few months. The one we were looking at here not only shows the USB-C port, but if you look closely, we can see the more brushed texture that often comes with titanium finishes, much like the leak stated. More great news comes in the potential for higher repairability this time around, with rumors surfacing that the back glass will finally be a much easier swap. All of these new changes sound exciting and a bit more significant than recent years on the hardware side. I am certainly waiting to see if there are any surprises in the rest of the lineup, but we won't have to wait long since the event is right around the corner. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, and of course subscribe. It helps me out a ton. If you have any takes on the upcoming release, I would love to discuss it with you all down in the comments. Talk to you all in the next one.